Hello, and welcome to Kimmy Baby 21 Tech, your go-to channel for all things tech and motivation. Today, we're diving into an exciting topic, setting up your first lab in Cisco Modeling Labs, or CML. If you're someone looking to master networking simulations, you're in the right place. By the end of this episode, you'll not only know how to connect two routers in a virtual lab, but also understand how this skill can solve real-world problems. Let's demystify it, step by step. Segment 1. What is Cisco Modeling Labs? First, let's talk about what Cisco Modeling Labs is and why it's useful. CML is a virtual environment where you can simulate a network without needing expensive hardware. It's like having an entire IT lab right on your computer. Whether you're a student studying for certifications like CCNA or a professional testing complex designs, CML is a game changer. Now, to make it tangible, imagine you're a network admin who needs to troubleshoot a routing issue that's affecting a client's remote office. Instead of risking the production network, you simulate the problem in CML, test your solution, and implement it confidently. That's the power of CML. Segment 2. Setting up your first lab. Now let's create a basic network simulation to connect two routers and test connectivity. Here's the plan. We'll set up two routers, assign them IP addresses, and ensure they can communicate. This process mirrors the foundational setup of any network. Step 1. Creating your lab environment. Log into your CML web interface using the IP address of your virtual machine. Once you're in, click on Create New Lab. Let's name it Basic Router Lab. Picture this. You're an IT professional onboarding at a new job. Your manager asks you to document and test the IP schema for a branch office. Instead of guessing, you quickly spin up this lab, minimizing errors before deployment. Step 2. Adding devices. On the CML canvas, drag and drop two routers. Think of these as your virtual Cisco devices. Connect them by selecting an interface, like Gigabit Ethernet R0, on both routers. Now here's the real-world tie-in. Imagine you're troubleshooting why two office routers aren't communicating. You suspect a misconfigured interface. By replicating this setup in CML, you can isolate the issue in minutes. Step 3. Configuring the routers. Once the routers are booted, access their command line interface. On router 1, enter configuration mode and assign an IP address, 92.168.1.124 to its Gigabit Ethernet 0i0. Don't forget to enable the interface with the no shutdown command. For router 2, follow the same process, but assign the IP address 192.168.1.224. Save your configurations on both devices using the right memory command. Why is this important? In real life, assigning IPs ensures devices can speak to each other. A single misstep, like assigning overlapping subnets, can cause entire networks to go offline. This practice keeps you sharp. Step 4. Testing connectivity. Now comes the fun part. Testing. From router 1, run a ping command to router 2's IP, 192.168.1.2. If you see successful replies, it means the connection works. Test from router 2 to router 1 to confirm. Here's a practical example. A regional office complains they can't reach headquarters over the network. You suspect a misconfigured route. By simulating this ping test in CML, you confirm the issue is with the routing table, not the physical hardware. Segment 3. Expanding the lab. Congratulations, you've built your first network simulation. But we're not stopping here. Want to practice switching? Add a virtual switch and configure VLANs. Interested in security? Add a Cisco ASA firewall and test policies. Curious about dynamic routing? Enable OSPF or EIGRP between the routers. Each of these setups mirrors real-world challenges you'll face in IT. The more you practice in CML, the more confident you'll be when managing live networks. Conclusion and call to action. Today, we went from zero to hero by building a simple but powerful lab in Cisco Modeling Labs. We explored how to set up devices, configure them, and test connectivity, all skills that directly apply to solving real-world networking issues. So, what's your next step? Dive into CML, experiment with different topologies, and share your success stories with me on social media. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more tech tips and motivation. Until next time, this is Kimi from Kimi Baby 21 Tech. Keep learning, stay positive, and let's build something amazing together.